Do you agree that words are important? I mean, obviously, right? How else am I talking to you? Or how else you are communicating? But do you also agree that having a rich vocabulary can enhance your communication? It can actually make it more clear, more precise. It can add more richness to this whole experience of communication. If your answer is a big yes to these two questions, you guys are going to love this video. एक चीज तो है, हम लोग जितना जल्दी अपनी सराउंडिंग्स को ऑब्जर्व करके सीखते हैं ना, उतना जल्दी हम किसी और मेथड से नहीं सीख सकते. आई मीन, यही ले लो आपकी मदर टंग. व्हेन यू वर स्मॉल यू मस्ट हैव पिक्ड इट अप ना. इधर से वर्ड सीख लिया बच्चे ने, उधर से सीख लिया, एंड देन वी गेट, ओ इसने ये सीख लिया, ओ इसको ये वर्ड भी आता है. नॉट जस्ट वर्ड्स, आई मीन इवन इफ से फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपको किसी का स्टाइल सेंस अच्छा लगा एंड यू से यार आई शुड ऑल्सो ट्राई, आई थिंक मेरे ऊपर भी अच्छा लगेगा, ये कलर कॉम्बिनेशन अच्छा लग रहा है. लाइकवाइज वी पिक अप सो मेनी लाइफ स्किल्स just by observing our surroundings. Similarly, today we are going to learn these 13 beautiful words that I have collected from 2 podcasts. Recently मैंने देखी, purposely देखी. Karan Johar for sure, besides all his drama and glamour that is there, he is a walking dictionary in disguise. And I'm not talking about coffee with Karan because I think it is already done to death. We are going to study the word. Then I want you guys to pause it and make a sentence on your own. और वो सेंटेंस होगा ना, मेक इट रिलेटेबल, जो तुम्हारी लाइफ से जुड़ा हो, जो तुम्हें समझ आता हो. से फॉर एग्जाम्पल देयर इज अ वर्ड कॉल्ड क्रॉचेटी. अब क्रॉचेटी का मतलब होता है इरिटेट होना. नाउ वी जनरली से ना यार जस्ट लीव मी अलोन फॉर सम टाइम, आई एम गेटिंग इरिटेटेड. सो मे बी यू कैन से जस्ट लीव मी अलोन फॉर सम टाइम, आई एम काइंड ऑफ क्रॉचेटी राइट नाउ. वीडियो पे मेहनत लगी है, सो प्लीज एंड तक देखना. साथ में कमेंट करोगे तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगेगा.
There are so many films that have released in the past. You might have heard of films that have been banned or they have been under scrutiny. They've been.
Our first word is scrutiny. Scrutiny का मतलब होता है किसी चीज को बहुत closely examine करना या inspect करना, particularly कुछ कमी निकालने के लिए, कुछ flaw निकालने के लिए. इसका एक बहुत अच्छा example देती हूँ. मम्मियाँ, our mothers, they're like, कहाँ गए थे, कितने बजे आए, क्या खा रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हो. So they kind of keep on scrutinizing their kids. हरकतें ऐसी करते हैं ना हम लोग. What to do? Let's see some examples. No one can escape the scrutiny of mothers. In his absence, she scrutinized his entire room. ऐसा क्या देख रही थी वो? Insecurity. He was scrutinizing the whole document before signing them. Yeah, it's important. We should scrutinize each and every document before we sign them, or we agree on anything, even on the emails. Scrutinizing them is important.
Yes. So there is always this this conundrum that you're in. You also want to say what you want to say, but you also know that.
Conundrum का मतलब होता है dilemma. Dilemma तो सुना होगा, है ना? यानी कि किसी situation के बारे में आप decision नहीं बना पा रहे हैं. That is conundrum. बहुत ही basic examples लिए हैं मैंने, relatable to our day-to-day life. Example is, deciding what to cook on daily basis is a conundrum faced by almost every woman. Fact है यार, me being a woman, daily decide करो क्या बनाना है. Ooh, it's a dilemma. Alright, next is this. This is so relatable, guys. It's a conundrum whether to save money or whether to plan a travel. Both are important, don't you think?
Men who are movie stars, and it opened humongously. And I was like, you know what? This is a big sign for not just her star.
Humongously. Now this comes from the word humongous, which simply means something which is very large, or you can say gigantic. For example, a new stadium was built humongously, taking up several acres of land. Another can be, I ended up buying this humongous bag. I mean, it is so big that even I can fit into it.
Given birth to this quintessential boy who wants to be on a bike, who wants to go and watch Messi play in Argentina, and I'm like, how am I going to do this?
Essential का मतलब होता है ideal example, यानी कि ये perfect example है. जैसे here Karan is talking about his son, कि उसको bikes पसंद है, उसको football पसंद है, यानी everything that a guy will like. So that is a quintessential guy thing. All right. For example, जैसे bikers होते हैं, उनको लद्दाख जाना ही जाना होता है. So a Ladakh trip is a quintessential biker's itinerary. Lemonade is the quintessential summer drink. By the way, what is quintessential for you? Let me know in the comments. Something that you feel is the ideal example. एक और आया, cricket. Sachin Tendulkar is quintessential for Indian cricket.
Once the narrative of that film, and I saw people whistling and clapping for him.
Yes.
I had goose flesh just being somebody like, we've grown.
ये वाला बहुत easy है. Goose flesh, goosebumps, रोंगटे खड़े हो जाते हैं. So when you listen something exciting या कुछ ऐसा experience जो बिल्कुल nerve wrenching होता है तो आपका रोंगटे खड़े हो जाते हैं. So that is goose flesh भी कहते हैं उसको goose pimples भी कहते हैं by the way. नहीं. Goosebumps is nice. Goose flesh is also fine.
And then all of us made love stories with him. He wanted to be that quirky mainstream star that changed the way.
Quirky. ये word आजकल बहुत चल रहा है क्योंकि हर किसी को quirky ही चाहिए. Quirky का मतलब होता है अजीब. कैसी सा है? अजीब सा. लेकिन अच्छा भी है. Attractive भी है. एक खिंचाव भी है इसकी तरफ. So it means something which is unusual, something interesting, but in a very unusual manner. जैसे for example, आप कहीं जाते हो, किसी कैफे में गए, and you saw the decors, you see वो बर्तनों से उन्होंने लैम्प बनाया हुआ है, या उनकी सर्विंग जो है वो नॉर्मल प्लेटिंग नहीं है, टिफिन के डब्बों में वो सर्व कर रहे हैं. So that can be termed as quirky. कुछ लोगों का आपने ड्रेसिंग स्टाइल देखा होगा, स्पेशली आजकल लेडीज बूट्स वगैरह के साथ साड़ियों को पेयर कर रही हैं, है ना, जैसे मिनी माथुर एंड ऑल दीज सेलिब्रिटीज. सो दे हैव अ क्वर्की सेंस ऑफ स्टाइलिंग. व्हाई डोंट यू गाइस टेल मी समथिंग क्वर्की दैट यू रिसेंटली सॉ? कुछ भी बताओ, interact karo. This has to be an interactive session. I want to see a lot of comments.
That's going to get like the business and box office. I'm like, you do you. Yes. You make what you need to. We'll make it work.
You do you. Now, it is a very common informal phrase which is used a lot. A simple मतलब ये होता है कि तुमको जो ठीक लगता है वो करो. Do what feels right. It is possible कि it is different from what other people are expecting. But if it feels right to you, you do it. How can you use it in a sentence? Say, for example, a scenario where a friend is coming and asking, "Yaar, I'm in a dilemma. I'm in a conundrum. I'm not able to understand whether I should, stick to a basic salwar kameez or I can try something more quirky." So then you can say that, you know what? You are quirky from inside. So you do you, girl. Just go. Dress the way you feel like. We have 3 more words to go. Aren't they like very simple, handy words जो हम अपनी day to day conversation में इसको easily incorporate कर सकते हैं? जैसे मैं कर रही हूँ साथ में, examples अपनी जगह है, but I'm also telling you हाथ के हाथ, impromptu also. I am just sharing things with you. All right?
Who's an outsider and not from an inside family, which I've been accused of from time immemorial. But anyway, I'm just saying that
time immemorial. Time immemorial आप तब यूज करते हो जब आपके पास एक डेट आप भूल जाते हो, यानी कि ये तो मैं पता नहीं कब से कर रहा हूँ, अब तो मैं भूल भी गया, मुझे तो अब डेट भी याद नहीं है. यानी एक पर्टिकुलर से फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ के गोलगप्पे तो हम पता नहीं कब से खा रहे हैं. वी हैव बीन लाइक एंजॉयिंग द डेलिकेसीज ऑफ दिस प्लेस फ्रॉम टाइम इमेमोरियल. वी कांट इवन नाउ recall the date. For example, he's been in love with her since time immemorial. This is my favorite place and I have been coming here since time immemorial. By the way, why don't you guys tell me which place are you guys watching this video from? And do share something which is time immemorial for you. Maybe related to that place or maybe related to your life. Anything. I would love to know.
An outsider, I have to say it. Yeah. And I have to address and call it out for myself because otherwise I've been paying the consequences for this.
Call it out. Now this phrase is used to grab attention. जैसे कि करण जौहर वाला ही एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं, where he is saying कि मैंने एक आउटसाइडर को लॉन्च किया है लेकिन मुझे किसी ने उसके लिए एक्नॉलेज नहीं किया, सो आई एम गोइंग टू कॉल आउट माई सेल्फ. तो मैं खुद ही अपने आप को यहाँ पर मेंशन कर देता हूँ. ऑलराइट, सो इट कैन बी अटेंशन फॉर गुड in a good manner or in a negative manner also. Let's look at some examples. She called out the company's unfair practices during the meeting, demanding better treatment for the employees. All right. Another one can be, I had to call out my friend from being late again. And I have to call out myself for bringing such beautiful words for you guys. Well done. Let's get to another one.
in Hindi cinema. Eventually, I think it got derailed, and maybe because, like we were discussing prior to the table, that there weren't any legal ramifications and repercussions, and as a result of that, it just fell apart.
So this is the last clip. इसके अंदर 3 words हैं. Derail is going off the track, है ना? रेलगाड़ी पटरी पे चलती है, but वो off the track हो गई. So sometimes when you are losing the focus, say for example, I was regular with my workouts, but off lately, I'm kind of derailed. All right. Another example क्या हो सकता है? My English speaking practice has been derailed for past few days because I was too caught up with the festivals. Ramification का मतलब होता है consequences और result. यानी इस चीज का नतीजा ये निकला. That is ramification. Let's look at some examples. Before making a decision, consider all possible ramifications. His actions had a big ramification on the whole team. Have you considered all the ramifications of changing the career at this stage of your life? Another one can be, ramifications of this video is that you have picked up 13 beautiful words. Repercussion is also consequences, but it is negative or unintended. For example, like a celebrity, no matter what they do, there are always repercussions. So you need to understand the difference. Ramification is plain consequences, but repercussion is negative or unintended consequences. I want you guys to call me out in the comment section and tell me if you want more such crisp videos on vocabulary. We can definitely work it out. Till then, take care, be good, and I'll see you soon.